So what did I actually do? What was my life like? Well, I spent a lot of time with university students. We did things like English clubs. We are extremely fortunate that our language is an international language and people want to know it. We are so fortunate that we can fly almost anywhere in the world and there will be people that speak English, people who want to speak English. And so I was able to kind of communicate in spite of my lack of Russian. And we introduced them to some traditional English concepts. I remember one year we had an Easter egg hunt. We'd painted eggs and scattered them around the local park. I don't know what all the people passing by thought the heck we were doing. But it was just lovely to see them engage with something that probably we hadn't done since we were kids. And we did English movie night. Annoyingly for me, all the movies in Russian are dubbed and not subtitled, so I never went to the cinema because I would never really follow anything. And so a lot of the Western movies that the students we met were familiar with had all been dubbed. And so, for example, Back to the Future, they knew it very well, but they'd never heard the voice of Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox. And so we were like, well, let's watch this movie that you know, but you don't actually know because you haven't seen the genuine performances. And that was a way of bridging that divide. We also did this thing called Dushevny Razgovor, or soul talk. Russians have this very developed but indistinct concept of dusha, or soul, this spiritual side. And each fortnight we'd have a cafe where we would we'd take a topic like friendship or love or war or death, quite profound topics of interest, and we would explore that through film and video and poetry and literature. And somebody would give a testimony about how their Christian faith related to that particular topic, and we would talk about it. I'm a videographer. I'm filming this right now. Video has always been part of my life, even when I haven't been doing it professionally, and it was part of my life there. I was a camera person at an international conference that we had for staff all across Eastern Europe, which was a lot of fun. And I also once got chucked off Red Square with my camera for looking to. Well, so you say spying. Actually, I had one student who, unless this was kind of a level of kind of subtle humour that I never got, he genuinely seemed to think that I was a spy. And he would ask me several times, "Are you a spy?" And I'd be like, "Well, no, but if I was, I wouldn't tell you and you wouldn't believe me." So, so to this day, maybe, Vova, if you're watching, I'm not a spy. But yes, I got chucked off Red Square for looking too professional, by which I mean I had a monopod on the bottom of the camera. They were that kind of twitchy. But I got around it because I stood just outside the bollards. The guy I was filming stood on Red Square and we got our shot.
That was part 5 of this 4Sight talk. Click here to subscribe, click here for the previous episode, click here for a playlist of all the episodes in the series, and click here for my series on YouTube tips for business.